Everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matt with our TCG. I'm excited about today's video. We're going to be talking about how to quickly level up on TCG Player from a level 1 seller all the way up to a level 4 seller. I'm going to cram a lot of information in here. Hopefully it adds value to wherever you're at in your journey. And before I do that, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you all so much for all of the support, really. I really do appreciate it. Our goal is 1,000 subs, so every like, every comment, every subscription to the channel really matters, and I appreciate you guys. If you want to go the extra mile, consider sharing the video as well. That would be crazy. Anyways, let's dive right into the video, and thank y'all so much for being here. So, whenever you start out on TCG Player, all sellers start at level 1. And then through a series of events called selling cards and gathering feedback, you start to level up through the ranks, and it unlocks different, different functions of the website, different things that you can do, and tools unlock as you level up as well. It just kind of incentivizes you. It gets your, kind of gets your feet wet with the experience of selling, integrating with the platform, and then slowly ramping up so that, a level 1 seller isn't, listing 1,000 cards at a penny and then having to fulfill 1,000 orders, in their first week of selling. So how would you level up? A lot of people, so let's rewind a little bit. A lot of people want to level up as fast as possible, because they want to have access to list unlimited cards. They want to have access to have the pricing tool, make it easier to list things, and really start to grow their business faster. So why does TCG Player, quote unquote, gatekeep? Well, we talked a little bit about it before. I think part of it is to protect the seller from not having too many sales out the gate where they can't fulfill those, and it leads to negative customer experience. Remember, yes, TCG Player is a marketplace. It allows us as sellers to interact and engage with buyers, for us to make money, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, all buyers, and actually everyone on TCG Player is a customer of TCG Player. For us on the seller side, we're paying our fees, and then everyone on the buyer side is obviously buying from the platform and making money there. So all of us are customers for TCG Player, and TCG Player is incentivized to make sure that buyers and sellers have a positive experience. And so I think that the whole concept of the leveling system is trying to provide a positive experience both for the sellers, for new sellers, and for buyers as well. So keep that in mind. I think that they are incentivized to have some sort of process, onboarding process, training process, and not just throwing people out there. Now, will TCG Player ever change this? I think it's possible. I think we may see this change and adapt over time. Remember, eBay owns TCG Player. They have very different setups and rules there. Actually, the marketplaces in general on eBay and TCG Player function completely different. But just keep in mind that, this video may get outdated in the future. You may be watching this in 2027 and be like, what the heck was that? I don't know. But let's talk about it. So why do sellers want to fast track their way to level 4? Well, as you level up 1, 2, and 3, you unlock more and more inventory space. So I think as a level 1 seller, you're only able to list around 100 cards, and then that upgrades to 1,000, 10,000, and then at level 4, it's uncapped. You literally list 1,000,000 cards if you have them. This is important actually, because I think that level 1, 2, and 3 for sellers, you need to really start fine-tuning your shipping process. And actually, quick shout out to this little setup behind me. I just upgraded my shipping area, making it a lot more just clean, organized, to where I can quickly access everything. And it gives me so much more space for sorting and organizing cards that I'm getting ready to list. I actually just went through and listed, probably in the last 3 or 4 days, I've listed well over 1,000 cards. It's been really, really great having this additional organization in my life, which is great. So that's why I think it's important that you don't necessarily try to skip the line in leveling up. You should just take it slowly. In my experience, and my recommendation for it is to ride the wave. But if you're really looking for the fastest, most efficient way to level up and you're just ready to be level 4, let's talk about it now. So the best way to do it is actually going to be selling higher value cards. So things that are worth over $20 to $30. If you can look through your personal collection, or if you have some money to go buy a collection of higher value cards, that's going to be your fastest and most efficient way. And there's a very specific reason for this. So any orders above $20, TCG Player recommends that you add tracking to those orders. Now, tracking isn't required until it's over $50 of value. For me personally, I add tracking to all orders over $25. I think I may change this to $30 or $35 in the coming months. Just because shipping cards in an envelope, I've actually learned, over almost 2,000 sales now, that's a pretty secure way to ship your cards. It does open the seller up to more risk, but honestly, I've not had that many negative experiences, and it's something I'm considering pushing that limit from 25 up to maybe 35 or $30. So why does this help you level up quicker? Well, on TCG Player, before you ever receive feedback, an order has to be listed as complete. And in order for that to happen, basically TCG Player has to either wait long enough or have that tracking number in place to confirm that the order was shipped and received by the buyer. So whenever you ship lower value cards, let's say bulk, I love bulk. When you ship those envelopes are not tracked. There's no tracking you can add to them. You're literally, slapping the cards inside of there, nicely and safely. You're slapping stamps on there and you're shipping it snail mail, it feels like. That takes up to 2 to 3 weeks for TCG Player to say that order is completed in their system. So right there, if you're just relying on lower value cards, anything under $20, $25 that you're not adding tracking to, you are making it to where you're extending the time it's going to take for you to level up through the platform. Now, oh my gosh, I got a cough. Now, as I said before, I don't edit my videos, by the way, just like low effort content. So I'm so sorry for the cough. Please forgive me. So as I said before, I think it's important that you get this experience and if you're okay just kind of slowly leveling up over time and just getting cards listed, fulfilling orders, really fine-tuning your processes, I think that's the way to do it. But if you are looking to primarily sell higher value cards, then absolutely pick 50 to 100 cards from your personal collection. I don't know if your personal collection is that size, but pick 50 to 100 cards that are worth over $30. List those. You don't have to list them super under market price. List them at market price or a couple pennies below if you want to be a little bit more competitive. As those sell, you're going to level up extremely fast and possibly, depending on how many cards you sell and fulfill, you're going to hit level 4 in less than a month. Easy that way, okay? So that's the fastest way to do it. So whether you're level 1 right now, level 2 or level 3, and you're looking just to fast track that process a little bit further, then take a look through your collection, take a look at some collections that may be available to you in your area and see if you can, maybe list some of those higher value cards. These don't have to be $200 cards. They don't have to be the top echelon of your collection. We're talking about those mid to high range cards. Anything I think at or above $30 would do just fine. That's literally the content, the added value here in this video. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to pivot a little bit and talk about what happens when you hit level 4. Well, you want to start building momentum. And really what I found in business is you want to find something that you can scale consistently. For me, that's been bulk. I've also expanded in some other ways. I'm now selling Magic the Gathering. You want to find something that you can replicate, make it more efficient, and then scale it. So bulk is a beautiful thing, okay? Because you can consistently find bulk, whether it's online or in person, and you can scale that. You can replicate that over and over and over again. You can get a good feel for the number of orders coming in and understanding how to expand that by expanding your listings and the sets that you have available and the generations that you have available. All of that makes sense to me. If you're dealing with higher value collections, you can scale that as well. It takes a little bit more capital up front. If you're buying, if you're going to buy three $1,000 collections every month, then that's going to take a little bit more capital, and maybe that's totally fine for you. I just want to say this real fast. Whether you are a business just getting started and you have very little to no capital like starting, or if you're a business and you say like, hey, I've saved up $10,000 to $20,000, I'm ready to hit the ground running. I just want to say, like, seller A and seller B, no one's better than each other. You're just starting at different points in your journey. Okay, if you as the level A, as the A seller over here with little capital, if you can just find a way for you to replicate and consistently churn out product and make profit, then in time you will be the person buying $1,000 collections. I actually know that personally because I did not use a lot of money to get my business started, but I am able to make multiple $1,000 purchases now to get product. It's not always Pokemon collections. As I said, I sell Magic the Gathering cards, I sell Pokemon, I do a rip and ship primarily with Japanese sealed products. And so these are all different kind of vectors of my business, verticals of my business. And these are all areas that I spend money in so that I can turn a profit. And so that's what it really comes down to is efficiency, scalability, and something that you can replicate over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter what size of business you are. What matters is that you're focused on yourself, not looking to the left or to the right. Unless you're looking at other sellers for inspiration and guidance, I would not fall into the trap of comparison. That does not help because honestly, at the end of the day, Pokemon is this huge, amazing hobby. There's millions of buyers, millions of people looking for cards all the time. And so you do not have to be in direct competition with the seller listed above or below you on TCG Player. You can be in competition with yourself, especially if you're just getting started, because you've got a lot of processes and systems and things to work out for yourself to make sure you are a well-oiled machine and that you are efficient in making money. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Sound off in the comments. If you made it this far in this video, comment cough or something. I don't know. But thank you all so much for being here. Look forward to see y'all for the next one. Peace.